Hello, YouTube and beyond. Yes, I'm not wearing a shirt, but that's okay. As much as that counts. But today, we were talking about risk. Okay, that wasn't said right. It's called risk. Riskes. Now, yes, risks are have things in common with changes. In fact, the root of changes is all about taking risks in life. Like, for instance, when you move to another country, that's a risk that you take, a chance that you go on an adventure. Like, in my own journey, I had to take a risk of leaving my friends, leaving the life I had here, both in school, outside school, work, but that's okay. Maybe it wasn't at the time, but now it is, because I've benefited a lot from my travels in life. Hmm. The place I've been to is Indonesia. Trust me, it's not a place to be or a place to go. Believe me. No offense, people of Indonesia who sees this on YouTube, if they can. Have you seen it because the internet access? Okay, not asses, access. It's very spotty. It doesn't really work that well. But what I'm really saying is that risks are a big game changer, yes, but also very relevant to how we live our lives. Like, for instance, we have to make risk with everything. And for instance, not just my travels. I have to risk a lot of things. Like, for instance, I'm a vegetarian. And you may not, but that's fine. See, me, just because I'm a vegetarian, I had to risk that because I had to give up a lot of things like eating meat. If you see my video about, not going out to eat or the slaughter and mistreatment of animals, you would understand why. Well, of course, I do eat a little once in a while alternative meat and alternative dairy products. So, for instance, this Earth Balance. This is the healthiest butter you can get. It's really good for your system, good for your colon, it's good for bread. Okay, yeah, but the healthiest choice for bread, like with the right kind of bread, is oil. Everyone knows that. Okay, maybe not everyone per se, but what I'm saying is that it's better than having bread and butter all the time. See, me, throughout my life, I have made so many risks. There are two words. There are risks and sacrifices. Sacrifices are basically, you could say, harder to do than making risks. But to make a sacrifice, you have to risk a lot of things. Like, for instance, when I left for Indonesia, I had to risk losing my friendship, risk my friends at school, risk leaving school, risk my life here in Columbia, Maryland. See, that's the word again, risk. We all face it. We all go through it. It's a natural process, like a mother giving birth. That's natural. Not like now when a mother gets a C-section and have her baby be pulled out of her stomach. Like, My brother, for instance. Now, I know that sounds personal. I know it does, but it's a fact. I'm not saying he's ugly. He's not. He's just a little abnormal. Me, I came out the natural way, right through the birth canal. It's a smooth operator. That's why, I have hair now. I like having a smooth bald head. That's me. It's my preference. Is I was born with hair, but it's me. I will have it always. Like this man and cute beard, for instance. I won't have it all the time. Why? Because when I get older, I'm 22 now, I'm going to have a plastic surgeon with laser shears to cut off my beard and my head. Because I like a smooth operator. That's only me. That's also a risk going to, I don't know, a plastic surgeon. And that's a big risk for a lot of people. Or, for instance, like people who are new to tattoos and want one. That's a risk as well. Me, I wasn't afraid. See, there are three things that most people don't know or may know. The three elements in risk. There are three elements that make up risk. One is fear. I already covered that topic already for you in my video of fear. But there is fear, there's risk, and there is sacrifice. When you risk something, it basically says, I'm not going to be afraid of something. And the terminology of saying I'm not afraid is basically I fear I fear a lot of things. If you watch Monk, the TV show Monk, he has a lot of fears. Like for instance, the fear of heights, fear of spiders, fear of milk, which me personally I don't understand. There's a lot of fears. He's quirky but funny. That's the way the TV show Monk is. People have fear as a natural thing. But is fear good? No, it's not. In fact, fear is one of the deadly. Fear is one of the seven deadly sins in the Bible. I mean, the Bible may not say that, but it's true. Fear is never good for a human body. If you believe in fear and think about fear and you feed that fear, well, then you're what people call fearophobic, which means that you have fear all the time, which is not good. I'm exhibit A of that. My entire life, since I was born, right through the birth canal, I had fear of not being accepted. Yeah, I might have been a widely, epidemically popular, but in my heart, I had fear of not being accepted for me being me. Try to fit in with the right crowd. So what did I do? I stole money from my parents, pivoted my father, changed the way I dressed just to get noticed. A couple years later, my brother Bertine had a son. I had a nephew. His death, he died 7 months old, which is very tragic for me. But since then, I lost fear. I became fearless. Since the birth canal to 22 years old, I had fear. I fed that fear. But now, with my nephew tragically gone, I don't have fear anymore. People, wake up, listen. When you give up your fear, when you make that risk of saying, I'm not afraid of anything more, it's basically saying, I'm breaking out of my shell. I'm breaking out. And that's good. This guy, I said this before, but this guy, Infinite Waters, said that we are nothing more but computers with a lot of programs. Well, he talked about how we need to delete those programs one by one. And he said that there are two great things in life: love and fear. Fear is the greatest denominator in our lives. Love is too. When you love you for you, you conquer fear. When you have a reason to love yourself for you, you conquer fear. Fear is never, ever, 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 ever okay for you. That's a known born fact. I mean, not saying the Bible, I mean, not saying the Quran or the Buddhist book. That's okay, no one cares. As long as you know the fear is not good for your society, your community, for you, for your friends, for your parents, for everyone around you. Even the newborn baby that your mother just had, or grandmother just had, or aunt. Fear is never okay for you. And that's a risk we all face. When we delete our computer program of fear and risk, when we take the risk of deleting fear, we conquer it. So many of us are slaves to fear, to material objects. I'm not surprised. I was too. But since what happened in my own life, during my journey, I'm not anymore. That's only me. It is strange how people think that they have to do some things and not do others. No, hey, that's called a hypocrite. Like, for instance, I hate to say it, I know this is YouTube, but I'm going to have to say it. Obama said it. President Obama is a hypocrite. Why? He used to smoke weed. No, he's against it. That's a hypocrite. Or the action actor Arnold Schwarzenegger. He used to smoke weed before. He became a governor and got against and became against weed. And in the process, betrayed the action genre of movie making. I'm sorry, Arnold, if you're hearing this, I do apologize. But from someone who you idolize you make a very big step in becoming governor. I know I've seen you in Expendables 1 and 2, but still, who can take a governor out of a man? If you find out how, let me know, please. Comment on my comment to this video if you know how. But essentially what I'm saying is that risk is what we go through every day. Not many people can pull off a YouTube video with no shirt on. Okay, Evan Wallace did it a few times, but like him, I'm not afraid. Imagine you do a YouTube video butt naked. Now that'd be something to see, right? Now personally, I would have to agree with you. But I don't think YouTube would actually allow that. But you know what I say? I don't care. Now I think that I will do it. But all I'm saying is that risk is what we go through every day. This is G2. Please subscribe. Come with the views. Like my boy Infinite Waters. This is G2. Stay well. Stay healthy. Be vegetarians. Peace.